If you've ever driven from California to Las Vegas, you've passed it without even realizing it's gone. Right off Interstate 15 in the middle of the Nevada desert, there used to be a bright yellow sign that read Terrible's Hotel and Casino, a name that people laughed at, remembered, and stopped for. For years, this was the unofficial warm-up for Las Vegas. You'd grab gas, play a few slots, maybe grab a buffet before heading 30 miles north to the Strip. But today, there's nothing left. The hotel is demolished, the casino's gone, and all that remains is a dirt lot where neon used to glow. This is the story of how Terrible's went from a thriving roadside icon to a ghost stop erased from the map, and what that says about the future of Vegas itself. Before it became Terrible's, it was known as the Gold Strike Hotel and Gambling Hall. It opened in 1987 in Jean, Nevada, a tiny unincorporated town that exists almost entirely because of the highway. The idea was simple but smart. Catch travelers heading into Vegas before they even made it there. You'd drive through miles of desert, spot the tall hotel tower with the Gold Strike logo, and think, yeah, let's stop for a bit. And that's exactly what people did. It had everything: over 800 rooms, a 24-hour casino floor, a buffet, a gas station, and even a McDonald's built into the property. The Herbst family, who owned dozens of gas stations and convenience stores across Nevada under the Terrible's brand, saw potential in the location. By the early 1990s, the property had added a 12-story tower, making it one of the tallest buildings in the entire region outside of Las Vegas. For truckers, travelers, and California tourists, Jean became a pit stop that actually had life. In 2018, the property was officially rebranded as Terrible's Hotel and Casino, taking on the name that had already become a Nevada legend. Terrible's came from Edward Herbst's father, Jerry, nicknamed Terrible Herbst because of how tough he was as a competitor in gas and oil. Their mascot, Mr. Terrible, with his cowboy hat and grin, became a fixture across Nevada. The goal was to connect the casino to that same recognizable roadside energy, part quirky, part nostalgic, part Americana. You'd fill your tank at a Terrible's gas station, grab snacks, and see the same logo glowing on a full-size hotel casino just a few miles up the road. But here's the problem: nostalgia doesn't pay the bills, and even as Terrible's leaned into its retro charm, the rest of the casino world was evolving fast. Jean, Nevada sits about 30 miles south of Las Vegas, right between Primm and Sloan. The town has zero residential zoning, meaning nobody really lives there. That means no local customers, no nightlife, and no repeat visitors, just road trippers passing by. In the 1990s, that wasn't a problem, but once Las Vegas became the entertainment capital of the world and California, tribal casinos started opening closer to Los Angeles. Jean's business model collapsed. Why stop in Jean when you can reach Vegas in half an hour? Even worse, Terrible's didn't have a major attraction. Primm had the Desperado roller coaster and the outlet mall. Vegas had the Strip. Jean had cheap gas and a buffet. It became the kind of stop where you didn't stay the night. You just stretched your legs, and for a hotel casino that size, that's a death sentence. Then came March 2020. The pandemic shutdown. Casinos across Nevada were ordered to close. Terrible's shut its doors, expecting to reopen in a few weeks, but it never did. While Las Vegas reopened months later, Jean stayed quiet. The hotel's rooms sat empty. The slot machines gathered dust. The owners realized reopening didn't make financial sense. With declining highway traffic, zero local population, and operating costs climbing, Terrible's was no longer viable. By 2022, the property was sold to Toll's Development Company for around $44.7 million, with plans to turn it into a logistics and industrial hub for warehouse operations. The dream of reviving Terrible's as a casino died that day. In 2023, demolition crews moved in. KTNV Las Vegas aired drone footage showing excavators tearing down the 12-story tower piece by piece. The casino floor, once full of blinking lights and slot sounds, was reduced to concrete rubble. By mid-2024, nothing remained but the billboard along I-15, still reading Terrible's like a ghost from the past. For many locals, it was bittersweet. They remembered family road trips, cheap buffets, or late-night gas stops. But those memories now exist only in old photos and YouTube videos from explorers who snuck inside after it closed. So why did Terrible's collapse? It wasn't one single thing, it was everything. Location disadvantage. Too close to Vegas to be a destination, too far to be convenient. Changing travel habits, road trip traffic dropped post-COVID, and high gas prices kept tourists away. No unique identity. Unlike theme resorts or luxury properties, Terrible's offered little beyond the basics. Competition, California tribal casinos siphoned off gamblers before they even crossed the state line. Corporate shifts, the Herbst family shifted focus to logistics and fuel, so not hospitality. It's a formula we're seeing all over Nevada, the smaller, independent casinos dying while corporate mega resorts dominate the strip. The 92-acre property is being redeveloped into the Southern Nevada Industrial Center, basically a massive warehouse park for e-commerce and logistics companies. Tully's development says the location between Las Vegas and California makes it perfect for freight distribution. So instead of gamblers, the site will soon be filled with 18-wheelers, forklifts, and warehouses. That's not just the end of a casino, it's the end of an era where Nevada's desert highways were lined with neon instead of shipping containers. Terrible's isn't alone. Across Nevada, smaller, independently owned casinos are shutting down. The same story played out in Primm, where Buffalo Bills, Whiskey Pete's, and Primm Valley have struggled for years. Even some parts of the strip, like the Tropicana, are being demolished for stadium projects. Vegas is changing faster than anyone expected. It's no longer the gritty, spontaneous city built for gamblers. It's turning into a polished corporate machine where only billion-dollar properties survive. And for places like Terrible's, built on family grit and road trip charm, there's no room left in the system. Next time you're driving from LA to Vegas, look out your window around exit 12. You'll see nothing but a flat desert lot where Terrible's used to stand. But if you know the history, you'll see more than that. You'll see the bones of a different Vegas, a time when you didn't need glitz, when a cheap buffet and a friendly dealer were enough, time when stopping halfway to Vegas was part of the adventure. Now it's just warehouses and empty sand. Another casualty in Nevada's race to modernize. Terrible's might be gone, but for anyone who remembers it, it'll always be part of the drive, the last stop before the strip, and the first reminder that in Vegas, nothing lasts forever.